You've been pretending your whole life. Pretending to care about things you don't care about. Pretending to want what they want. Pretending to fit into a box that was never built for you. And it's exhausting, isn't it? Because no matter how hard you try, something feels wrong. Like you're wearing a costume that doesn't fit. Like you're speaking a language that isn't yours. That's because you're not like them. You never were. I am Thomas Shelby, and today I'll teach you the most liberating truth you'll ever hear. You were never meant to be normal. You were never meant to fit in. And the moment you stop trying, everything changes. Learn this, and you'll finally stop apologizing for who you are. You'll stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You'll stop betraying yourself to belong. Listen carefully. This is how you become who you were born to be. You've committed a crime against yourself. Every time you dulled your ambition to match their comfort. Every time you hid your ideas because they'd seem strange. Every time you laughed at jokes you didn't find funny. Agreed with opinions you didn't hold. Stayed silent when you had something to say. You betrayed yourself to fit in, to belong, to be accepted by people who wouldn't accept you if they saw the real you anyway. That's the crime, and you've been committing it for years. I understand why. The pressure to conform starts early. In school, the different kids get targeted. At work, the ones who think differently get sidelined. In social circles, the ones who don't follow the script get excluded. So you learn to hide, to blend, to sand down your edges until you were smooth enough to slide through without friction. But here's what they never told you. The friction was your value. The edges were your power. The things that made you different were the things that could have made you exceptional. And you traded them for acceptance from people who don't matter. I never made that trade. When I came back from France, I was different, broken in ways others couldn't understand, seeing the world through eyes that had witnessed things they'd never imagined. I could have hidden it, pretended to be normal, smiled and nodded and blended back into small Heath like nothing happened. But I didn't, because I knew that pretending would cost me something more valuable than belonging. It would cost me myself. So I let them see me, the coldness, the distance, the way I thought 3 moves ahead, while they were still reacting to the present. They didn't understand, they still don't. But I built an empire, and they're still trying to fit in. Let me tell you what normal actually means. Normal means average. It means doing what everyone else does, thinking what everyone else thinks, achieving what everyone else achieves. Normal means invisible, replaceable, forgettable. Is that what you want? To live and die without leaving a mark? To spend your years blending into the crowd so seamlessly that no one notices when you're gone? That's not living. That's hiding. Hiding from judgment, from risk, from the discomfort of standing out. And here's the truth about hiding. It doesn't protect you. It buries you, alive. Every day you spend trying to be normal, you're digging your own grave. You're burying the parts of you that are unique, valuable, irreplaceable. You're killing your potential so that mediocre people will feel comfortable around you. That's the trade. Your future for their approval. Your greatness for their comfort. I've watched men make that trade. Talented men. Men with fire in their eyes when they were young. And I've watched that fire die, year by year, as they sanded themselves down to fit spaces that were too small for them. By the time they realized what they'd lost, it was too late. Don't let that be you. Normal is not safety. Normal is surrender. It's giving up on everything you could become so you can be accepted by people who gave up on themselves long ago. I won't lie to you. Being different is uncomfortable. When you stop trying to fit in, you feel exposed, vulnerable, like everyone's looking at you, judging you, waiting for you to fail. And some of them are the ones who chose normal, who made the trade. They watch you with complicated eyes, part admiration, part resentment, because your refusal to conform is a mirror reflecting their own surrender. They'll try to pull you back, with criticism disguised as concern, with mockery disguised as humor, with pressure disguised as advice. You think you're better than us? Why do you always have to be different? Just relax, stop taking everything so seriously. These are not questions, they're anchors, designed to drag you back down to their level, to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel that the discomfort of standing out isn't worth it. Let them talk. The discomfort of being different is temporary. The regret of wasting your life trying to fit in is permanent. I've felt the discomfort, the isolation, the weight of being misunderstood. There were nights in Small Heath when I wondered if it was worth it, when the loneliness pressed down and the voices of doubt got loud. But I kept going, because I knew that the alternative, the slow death of conformity, was worse than any loneliness. And eventually, the discomfort faded. I grew into my own skin. The opinions that once stung became irrelevant, and the things that made me different became the foundation of everything I built. That's what waits for you on the other side, but you have to walk through the discomfort to get there. Here's something you need to accept. They will never understand you, not fully, not completely. The people around you, even the ones who love you, they see the world through their own eyes, eyes shaped by their experiences, their fears, their limitations. And your vision, the things you see, the future you're building toward, it exists only in your mind. They can't see it, they can't feel it. They can only see you acting in ways that don't make sense to them. That's why they question you. That's why they doubt. Not because they're enemies, because they're limited to their own perspective. And that's okay. You don't need them to understand. You need them to get out of the way. I stopped explaining myself a long time ago. When I made a decision that others questioned, I didn't defend it. I didn't argue. I didn't try to make them see what I saw. I just acted and let the results speak. Because here's the truth. Understanding comes after success, not before. Before you succeed, they'll call you crazy, obsessed, unrealistic. After you succeed, they'll call you visionary, driven, ahead of your time. The same actions, the same choices, different labels based on outcomes. So stop waiting for understanding. Stop seeking validation from people who can't see what you see. Their approval is not required. Their comprehension is not necessary. Build what you're building. Walk the path you're walking. And let them catch up when you've already arrived. Here's what happens when you commit to being different. At first, the gap between you and them is small, barely noticeable. You make slightly different choices. You think slightly different thoughts. You spend your time slightly differently. No one sees it yet. You look the same. You sound the same. You're still in the same room. But under the surface, the gap is growing. Every day you invest in yourself while they invest in distraction. The gap widens. Every book you read while they scroll. Every skill you build while they complain. Every hour you spend in focused work while they waste time. It adds up. And one day, the gap becomes visible, undeniable, the result of years of quiet, consistent difference. That's when they'll notice. That's when they'll ask how you did it. That's when they'll wish they'd made different choices. But by then it's too late for them, and it's just the beginning for you. I've lived this. The men I grew up with in Small Heath, we started in the same mud, same streets, same poverty, same limitations. But I made different choices. Daily choices that seemed small at the time. I thought when they drank. I planned when they gambled. I built when they wasted. And now the gap between us is uncrossable. Not because I was born better, because I chose differently, consistently, for long enough that the compound effect became undeniable. That's the power of being different. It doesn't show immediately, but given time, it becomes everything. You need to build a self that doesn't require their validation. Right now, your identity is tangled up with their opinions. You feel good when they approve. You feel bad when they criticize. Your sense of worth rises and falls based on signals from people who have no business determining your value. That's not an identity. That's a prison. A real identity, a solid one, stands independent of external feedback. It knows what it values, what it's building, what it stands for, and it doesn't waver when others disagree. How do you build that? You start by defining yourself on your own terms. Not who they think you should be, not who your family expects, not who society rewards. Who are you when no one's watching? What do you value when there's no audience? What would you build if approval wasn't a factor? Answer those questions honestly, and you'll start to see the outline of your real self, the one you've been hiding, the one you've been suppressing to fit in. Then you start acting from that self, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it contradicts expectations, even when they look at you like you've lost your mind. Every time you act from your authentic self, you strengthen it. Every time you choose your values over their approval, the identity solidifies. And eventually, their opinions stop mattering. Not because you're arrogant, because you're grounded, rooted in something real, something that doesn't need external validation to stand. That's when you become untouchable. When the praise doesn't inflate you and the criticism doesn't deflate you. When you're the same person in every room, regardless of who's watching. That's the goal. Build that self, and watch how the need to fit in evaporates. Let me reframe something for you. You've been treating misunderstood like it's a problem, like it's evidence that something's wrong with you. It's not. Being misunderstood is the price of being ahead. Anyone operating at the edge, anyone building something new, thinking differently, moving against the current, will be misunderstood. That's not a bug, it's a feature. If everyone understood you, you'd be normal. You'd be thinking the same thoughts, seeing the same things, walking the same path as everyone else. The confusion others feel when they look at you, that's proof of distance, proof that you've traveled somewhere they haven't been. I've been misunderstood my entire life. They didn't understand why I came back from war different. They didn't understand my silences, my calculations, my refusal to explain myself. They didn't understand my ambitions when I was still in the mud, and they don't understand my methods now that I'm not. And I stopped needing them to. Because understanding would mean I was operating at their level. It would mean I was thinking thoughts they could easily follow, making moves they could easily predict. That's not where power lives. Power lives in the gap between what they see and what you're actually doing, in the space between their confusion and your clarity. So stop treating misunderstanding as a problem to solve. Start treating it as confirmation that you're on the right path. The ones who matter will catch up eventually. The ones who don't never would have anyway. Let me tell you what happens when you finally give up. When you stop trying to fit in. When you stop performing for their approval. When you finally accept that you're not like them and never will be. Freedom. A weight lifts. A weight you didn't even know you were carrying until it's gone. Suddenly, you can breathe. You can think your own thoughts without filtering them for acceptability. You can make choices based on what you actually want, not what will keep you safely invisible. You stop apologizing for your ambitions. You stop shrinking your personality to fit small rooms. You stop pretending to be interested in things that bore you, pretending to agree with ideas you find stupid. You become yourself, fully, unapologetically. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to be accepted, you become more magnetic. Not to everyone, to the right ones. The ones who are waiting for someone real. The ones who are suffocating in the same sea of conformity and recognize something different in you. Those connections are worth more than 1,000 shallow acceptances from people who only liked the version of you that wasn't real. That's the trade. Quantity for quality, breadth for depth, normal for extraordinary. Make the trade. It's worth it. Everything that makes you different is a seed. Your strange interests, your unusual way of thinking, your perspectives that don't fit the mainstream, your obsessions that others find weird. These are not flaws to fix. They're foundations to build on. The things that make you different are the things that will make you irreplaceable. In a world of copies, originals have infinite value. I built my empire on the things that made me different. The coldness that others saw as a flaw. It let me make decisions without emotion clouding my judgment. The distance I kept from people. It let me see patterns others missed because they were too close. The obsessive way I thought about strategy. It let me outmaneuver men who were stronger, richer, better connected. My differences became my dynasty. Yours will too, if you stop hiding them. If you stop apologizing for them, if you start building on them instead of burying them. What makes you strange to them is what will make you powerful. So find your differences, name them, study them, and then leverage them ruthlessly. Because the world has enough normal people, what it needs, what it rewards, is someone who dared to be different. Now you understand. You were never meant to fit in. The discomfort you felt your whole life, that sense of being out of place, of wearing a costume that doesn't fit, that wasn't a malfunction. That was your soul trying to tell you something. You're not like them. Stop pretending to be. From today, you stop apologizing for your differences. You stop shrinking to make them comfortable. You stop trading your potential for their acceptance. You build on what makes you unique. You let them misunderstand. You let them talk. You let them fall away. Because the ones who matter will see you, the real ones, and they'll recognize something they've been looking for. If someone you know has been hiding, suppressing who they are to fit into spaces too small for them, send them this. Share it with a friend who needs permission to stop performing and start being. Because the man who stops trying to be normal becomes something rare. He becomes himself. And a man who is fully himself cannot be stopped. You're not like them. You never were. Now act like it.